The Wild Wild West.
I'm not ready yet. Okay, let's go.
Yo, I was like, geez.
Kidding.
How are you?
Pretty good, dude. I
I'm
chickened
doing well.
out. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I went upstairs and just faked it. I laid up there the whole time. Was like,
You just smoked a little bit of
well.
pot?
Yeah, I smoked CBD weed and just laid there.
Oh, man. Well, you're probably chill as fuck, though.
True.
My allergies have reached stage. I'm in stage 4.
Are they bad?
Stage 4.
Damn, really?
Almost. My life.
Terminal. They're terminal.
Yeah, I have a month.
Your allergies are terminal.
If these
man.
allergies continue this way, I have 1 month.
You might seize up. Your sinuses. You might have to get your sinuses just removed.
Mm-hmm.
Just go full Michael Jackson. That's what happened to Michael Jackson.
Yeah, you had bad allergies.
His allergies got so bad. They're like, we have to remove your nose, Mr. Jackson. We have to turn your skin white and remove your nose. He was like, God damn it.
That sucks.
These goddamn allergies.
He's like, man, I ain't getting no goddamn allergies. You know that's how Michael Jackson talked? A lot of people don't know that.
Before he had allergies, yeah.
Yeah.
He started talking all white and shit.
True.
They were like, all right, let's do movies about whales. And he was like, I guess I will.
Man, I ain't no goddamn no whale, motherfucker.
Yeah, man. Oh, dude, well, I wish like someone could have given him Zyrtec, dude. Side effect of bad allergies, dude, before they take your nose, apparently you get into pedophilia.
Yeah.
You can't breathe through your sinuses.
That ain't
just
right.
Like,
That ain't right for you to say that about Michael.
What?
About Michael?
about doing pedophilia?
Yeah.
I have the proof, dude.
That Michael did it?
I've seen the videos of him and Macaulay Culkin. It's pretty clear.
Macaulay claimed nah.
Of course, dude. You know
What
how
a
much you got
good friend.
fucking paid?
What a good friend, though.
That's why there's Home Alone 4, dude.
True.
There's a video. I mean, again, I'm not going to say for sure, but I did a little investigation one time. There's a video MJ hanging out with Macaulay Culkin,
Yeah.
and he's holding a water balloon, and Michael Jackson's going like this. If I was sitting there talking to you and going like this to the tip of a water balloon, he's like jerking it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Again, maybe he just jerked
just
stuff.
liked the
He might
texture.
just jerk stuff.
yeah.
Dude, they were going on vacation together.
They're having fun as boys.
Macaulay Culkin was like 5, dude.
Dude, that'd be so sick if your best boy was like a child.
True. Okay, now you're
You know how
winning
cool
me
it would
back.
be if your best friend was a
Is that
toddler?
a 5-year-old and you like just told him everything?
You're like, yo, mom and dad, don't worry, I got him. We're
Yeah.
going to fucking Cancun.
Be like, I love your son, not like that.
Yeah.
As
I
a friend.
promise it's not like that.
As a friend, like there's just something in him that I, as a 35-year-old world-class entertainer, feel like we have a bond and we need to go to the Bahamas.
Damn, think about how horny Michael Jackson must have been when he saw Home Alone.
Oh,
It was just like, holy shit, that's a piece of ass.
seeing him
I
invade
gotta-
all those adults.
I gotta get that little motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. That was like his R&B chick.
That is funny.
Just being like,
Did he see Home Alone before he butt fucked Michael Macaulay?
I'd have to do
Were
a
they
little more.
boys?
I'd have to do a little more investigation.
I think it must have been after.
Probably. I don't think
Yeah,
Michael Jackson. I don't think he just kind
I
of.
don't think he was on his radar until
Yeah.
Home Alone hit.
He only had the Primus, dude.
Until that blockbuster hit. Damn, MJ just in the theaters like, oh, this guy's such a good actor. I want to get to meet him.
I want to be his friend.
Man, I'd like to meet that little motherfucker. Oh, shit, I'm going to fuck his ass. Look, before we get into your journey,
Yeah, my
which
CBD
we're going to
quest.
cover, Matt went on a very
I'm gonna hold it down like I didn't. Like,
CBD
I didn't
deep
do it.
dive.
I chickened out.
I do need to address that I am fuming. My car got towed this morning because I am, in fact, a fucking idiot.
You parked illegally?
I did park
And you
illegally.
paid the consequence.
I paid a significant consequence.
How much was it? $175.
$350
What?
for me to get the car and get it out.
They only
Now,
had
I
it
had
for one day.
I had a previous ticket before that, but it was for like 70. They got me.
Dude, it's supposed to be
They had that car for
$175.
like 2 hours.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You didn't get hit with any daily storage
It
fees.
was, yeah. Not only that, forget the fees.
Do you think?
The sass,
You got sass?
every step of the way there was sass. Dude.
What?
The PPA?
They're sassy. I know.
Dude, they have you been to their secret hideout? Their hideout?
Multiple times.
The
bro.
Philadelphia Electric Company?
Multiple times.
They have a
dude.
secret hideout.
Yeah.
It's an old abandoned factory, and then there's just black ladies sitting around in
Just being mean.
blue uniforms.
They hire.
and they don't have. They're literally just out front.
Yeah.
There was a lady out front with a thermometer. Dude, this is in a parking lot by the river in an abandoned factory, and she's like on the phone. And then I came by. She finished the
Is that
conversation.
down by Oregon Ave? Because I might have went to the other place.
This was off Delaware Ave.
The
on
place
the
I went
river.
to was off, but I don't. I remember just being some weird like lot, and like it was like a building, like it was like a
Well,
Wizard
there's
of
a
Oz.
giant, the old abandoned Philadelphia Electric Factory
I don't
company.
know. I don't remember. I've been there multiple times. I've like kissed cars goodbye in that lot.
Oh yeah,
I've gotten
yeah.
sass. I've given sass though. I gave a lot of sass.
Well, it's
when I
just
went
crazy
down
because
there.
I was having a sassy weekend.
Were
So this
you?
was a bit of a payback. I was sassing people.
Were you really?
Yeah, dude. Fuck Fishtown. Fuck all those hipster pussies. Hipsters are I mean, I know that's played out to be like, yo, hipsters suck. They suck ass.
We're in Fishtown. Where are you all weekend?
I've been by Chinatown. So maybe that's not Fishtown, but I've spent enough with
close.
the fucking hipsters. I'm on the border.
They're tough. When I used to do jiu-jitsu up there, you see them, and again, I know what you're saying. You don't want to be like,
dude,
but you see them, and you're like, dude, like, did you sit? That's a question. Did you sit there? Did you really plan your outfit out for like 45 minutes? Fine enough. You came out in a 3-piece, I'd be like, yo, bro, you're looking sharp. Yeah. But you came out like you planned an ironic outfit for 4 hours and went outside. It's like, dude, what are you talking about? That's good gear.
What?
It's good gear.
True.
Also, dude, we'll get into it because I'm sorry.
Well,
you're talking personality.
I had to go get my hair did.
Okay, looks great by the way.
Thanks, bro. Got my hair did that was in Fishtown.
So you were sassing hipsters.
While I'm in there.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a patriot. I take my mask off. Probably 30-year-old dude sitting next to me in the chair next to me goes. He leans over after about 5 minutes. Also, I was talking to Rick about Billy.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, Billy, because Billy wanted to find a new place to get his hair did. So I was like, get a Rick job, dude.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Rick about it. I was like, but there's no way Billy's going to wear a mask in here.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay. And we were just joking that Billy was a patriot.
Yeah.
It's like, he's never going to do it. And then this whole time I can see this little fucking
burning
dork looking at me through the mirrors. Just like.
He was glancing at you through the mirrors?
Yeah. And then finally he leans over after about 5 minutes of me not wearing a mask. And he goes, you can curse me all you want, but could you please wear a mask? And I was like, I hit him with the Chris Farley. I was like, what? Like, I had no idea what he said. I thought I responded laughing when he started talking to me. I was like, yeah. And I was like, wait, what'd you say? And he's like, could you please put your mask on? I don't care what you have to say about me. And I was just like, dude, yeah, I'll wear the mask, you fucking weirdo.
Whoa, man.
It's like, COVID's done, bro. Get over it.
I mean, bro, imagine coming out of a $5 mushroom session, forgetting what money is, and then coming out into a world where people are wearing masks, and you're like, what's this about? That was fucking nuts, dude.
I bet.
It was weird.
Not as weird as a 30-year-old man being like, could you please wear it? It was a man.
Yeah. It's tough.
He was a little short guy, too. He was a little tiny guy.
Well,
so that might have been.
Don't be mean.
Well, no, he was a tiny guy. That might have added to his, like, you have to follow the rules.
No, he's just being a pussy, dude. It was that's just dudes being pussies, and now it's cool to be a pussy.
Hipsters love following the regulations.
They like rules.
The anti-fascists love following the rules.
It's very funny, yeah. Anti-fascists love coordinating and wearing, I would say, almost vaguely militaristic outfits, and then go like physically forcing their ideology on people, which is anti-fascism.
Yes,
for the record,
and,
which is a very anti-fascist thing to do, to match outfits and be like, let's go push our ideas on people with physical force. It's like, well, that's called fascism, bro.
Yeah.
That's literally fascism.
They
fuck yeah, dude.
So then I go battle another. Yes. Then I was battling the hipsters elsewhere. I went to a bar by my what I'm saying, Prohibition Tap.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hipster. MLS was on the TV blaring.
So you were an Antifa,
this is dangerous territory. As soon as I saw the Portland Timbers on TV, I was like, there's some heavy Stalinists here.
Yeah, for sure.
There's some fucking, the Bolsheviks are afoot.
Yeah.
They're making Moscow mules. That's why I call them that.
True.
All right.
So you had the Reds
Just
on.
You had
the Reds on.
It was red. The Reds.
You were McCarthy all weekend, dude.
So after we filmed a sketch, it's gonna be tight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so tight.
Probably the best acting.
There was tables of 6. There was one table, and then we were separated obviously by like sheets of plastic and fucking crazy shit. And then another table, and we were like, it was our group.
Yeah.
We were a group of like 10, so we were separated.
Nothing gets my appetite up like setting the place up like a C-section.
Yeah. It's, like a fucking Red Cross hospital. Yeah. You know what I mean? It looks like a war hospital. And, so then I went over and sat with O'Connor and the other guys, and then went back to my table. Mm-hmm. And this bitch like ran over to me. First off, oh my God, get me going.
She enforced you.
There was a pear-shaped gentleman giving me awful guff. The anti-fascists are all built like fat lesbians. Every single one of those dudes is a bull. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I'm not going to finish it, but
for sure.
They are. And they give girl attitude.
Yeah.
And I was with my manager and this other, they were like feminist New Yorkers.
Sure.
And I was like, fucking feminine energy on this fucking guy. And they were like, what? I was like, shut up. You know what I mean, dude. He's acting like a bitch.
It's not good.
He came out. I was like, do you have any like light beer on tap? He was like, no. And it's like, dude, what the fuck kind of answer? Like, that was our first interaction. He's like, do you want anything to drink? I was like, do you guys have any light beer on tap? He's wearing a mask. He just goes, no. And then looks for other people.
You should have been like, is there another waitress here?
Yeah, true. Are there any other women?
The word waiter doesn't exist. It's just waitresses.
That was a waitress.
Like, is there another waitress? Can I have another waitress, please?
I will say this though. He heard us trashing him, and he came back with a better attitude.
What?
He came back almost condescendingly, and oh great, yeah, I'll get that for you right away.
So he subbed out. He subbed. You guys domed him, and he subbed. He subbed out.
He did sub.
He was. You were getting. That was brat correction, dude.
You
guys just scratched his kink. He just wanted to be corrected. He was being a brat. You guys daddied him.
They were the biggest pussies. This wait staff. I was fuming. I've never been fuming like
Where
this.
have you been for the last like 2 years? Did you know?
I don't go to hipster places.
Yeah, that's the move.
I don't go there. And this place, there was another 2 tables that were right next to each other around the corner. And I was like, is it cool if we sit there? And he was like, no. Just right away.
Yeah, they became invested with like a weird authority. And it's like.
Bro, so I get up. I go sit at the other table. Right when I walk over to the other table, one of the waiters comes up. He's like, you have to wear a mask if you're going to walk through this area. I was like, all right, I'll put the mask on next time. So then I walk back to my table with the mask on, sit down, and this bitch. Ooh, I hate her. She came storming over and literally was like, if you move tables again, like I told you not to, I'll bring your check right now. Like, that's how she talked to me.
Bring it to me. I'll rip it up.
And I was literally like, I was like, who are you talking to? Like, I had a Pilsner in me. I was like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
This is how you talk to people?
What'd she say?
And she was like, I told you already. And I was like, bring the fucking check then.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Dude, I'm telling you,
it was
at
nuts,
the start
dude.
of the pandemic, I went into Whole Foods and they were like, you'd go in there single line and they'd be like, you this way, you that way. They would just be.
Yeah, I wasn't in there.
It was like a fucking concentration.
I hate these people. It probably was, dude.
Whole Foods, they got invested with this fucking like weird authority where they'd be like remember when they had like they first did the shopping lanes where like it was do not enter?
Yeah.
They were being like, sir, like I was getting yelled at. Now like you just walk past them through the do not enter, just like say something, bro. I'm not gonna walk 500 feet to go get cereal, dude. It's right there. I'm gunning for it.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking patriot, dude.
I got very patriotic.
I'm not walking around I'm not walking through the produce to get fucking cereal, dude.
No.
Don't try to stop me.
Don't.
That will just bunker me down with just like the little discount thing.
Hold you down.
Like little foxholes, dude. They get stacks of like fruity pebbles just bunkered up.
I instantly became the most like condescending prick. Like as soon as she started saying that in my head, I was just like, fucking waitress. Like I just wanted to just be like, you're a loser.
Well, nobody's happy.
Nobody's crazy.
happy. They're convincing people that like if you walk around the table, that lady in her head's thinking like the restaurant's gonna get closed down and people are gonna die, and then you're just trying to eat out and someone's like, "Sir," and it's like, "Whoa, man!
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?" Like,
also, there were like 4 black people taking pictures of themselves, like doing a photo shoot, like amongst customers the whole time without a mask. One of them literally was wearing a T-shirt that said "reparations" with the definition on it.
Hell yeah!
And it was like, dude, I can
see you getting fired up.
I dare one of these white pussy waitresses to say one thing to these fucking.
So
people.
You got up and were just like.
Then Reggie was with us,
really?
and Reggie was able to move back and forth within the tables.
What?
And I was like, dude,
you got.
I'm so glad that I know they're not going to say a single fucking thing to you.
What did he say?
It was great. Reggie and his boys, his black friends, were with us.
Yeah.
Doing whatever they please, and it was fun. It was nice
to watch.
You thought
you'd get a little bit of the rub off.
I wanted to. No. I was just happy to know. I knew when I saw Reggie walking back and forth, I was like, they're never going to do a thing.
Yeah.
And Roan, shout out Roan. Roan was with us.
Nice.
We had a white rapper with us.
Did you really?
Yeah, dude. They should have paid him respect. They should have treated him like Reggie.
You think?
If you're a white rapper, you deserve.
You should get
the hipsters should give you.
They should give you like a 4-foot radius around your table.
Yes.
Like, whoa, you can't go all the way to the bathroom, but.
So yeah, I was doing that battle.
So you were in hell, dude.
That was bad. Yeah.
You were in like 2021 Philadelphia is like 1950 South for fucking white dudes. Dude.
It really is, man. It really is crazy. They're like, what are you doing here? You can't eat here. It's like, can I just get something to eat before I? They're like, well, you can pick it up out back. Take your fucking mask. I didn't mean to criticize anybody that's a waiter or wait staff, but
Don't be a jerk about it.
That lady was talking down. Like, she was literally speaking to me like she was a police officer. She's like, sir, you need to wear your fucking mask right now. I was like, dude.
Yeah.
Get a life.
It's fucking lame, dude.
Especially when they want to put on this facade like she's wearing like, you know, short jean shorts and like ripped stockings underneath them and like punk rock shit.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, you're a rebel, dude.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm a rebel who literally reads the news and follows mandates from the corporate-controlled government. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit, and people have to, you know. Again, it's like, dude.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to get sick and all that shit, but it's like, dude, I should be able to go to a place and have a place who's like, yo, we don't care about it, and other places like, hey, we're actually worried about it. And it's like, yeah, let me know, and I'll just roll and do my thing.
I did witness racism on the way here.
What?
I went to a Wawa, Airmango Ave Wawa.
They can be a hub sometimes.
It is a hub. It's a hot spot.
What happened?
A fat...
You just saw like the little message from the gas station TV screen. It was like fucking Puerto Ricans. You're like, oh shit.
A portly African American woman was making hoagies slowly.
Nice.
And a white man clearly on heroin was not happy about it.
Really?
She was doing a little too slow for his heroin. And he was like, fucking Aunt Jemima better hurry it up. And I was just like, oh shit.
What'd she say?
She didn't say anything. She just looked, she was eyeing him. He was so fucked up. And then I watched him walk outside and take his clothes off. It was crazy.
Also, imagine being too slow for a dude on heroin.
He was heroin's probably the. I mean, it's in.
He might have been methed up. He might have
certainly heroin, but yeah,
speedballing.
He was shirt off, screaming.
He wanted to slump, but he still wanted to. That must be crazy when you're speedballing. You're like just like this, but you're like, hurry up, hurry up! I got
so much stuff to do.
Come on, I'm late.
I gotta scream in the parking lot. Hurry up! That's what he did. He sat Indian style in the parking lot. In the middle of the street, he sat because I was eating my sandwich in my car.
Yeah, obviously.
And I just watched
civilized
him like a man. Yeah. I sat in my recently towed Chevy Cruze, and he sat on the sidewalk or in the corner of the parking lot. You know, the CVS.
Yeah.
Or the Rite Aid, whatever that is.
Yep.
He sat in the spot between that, literally on the pavement, eating a sandwich, screaming, and then he would get up, take his shirt off, run around. And then he did hit the lady with an Aunt Jemima that I was like, ooh.
I'm surprised.
Shit is ice cold, bro.
That's ice cold.
Shit was ice cold, brother.
Should have fucking decked him.
I gave him a little fucking. Nah, I was like, yo, Jemima? You hit a Jemima in the Wawa, dude?
That's like in 1992, dude.
Yeah, that was a fearless.
Damn.
I had the Mortal Kombat. I'm all Mortal Kombat.
I'm surprised he didn't get.
I was like,
he had to have gotten something in his food. There's no way that passes. You go behind that glass.
He was so bad though.
Your hoagie will get Ocean 11 real quick, dude.
Yeah.
Start throwing out racial slurs in Wawa.
Yeah.
I told you what my one brother used to do. He used to order. He would go to the place on Spruce Street and he would order the most complicated hoagies he could think of because it was all just older black ladies who would have the funniest reactions to it and be like, "What the hell? This man's ordering a 2-foot-long tuna fish bologna." Yeah. And it would just be the crazy, and he would just never pick it up or pay for it. He would just let people make it and be like, haha, and just walk out.
Yeah, they are.
This man want mustard, mayo, ketchup, and barbecue sauce?
Walking
it would just melt minds behind the glass. They'd be like, what? Who's sandwich?
Hey, motherfucker. And just leaving it there and be like, 887. I'm going to find this son. Who's like, 887.
So excited to meet the person, the mystery, the culinary mastermind behind the sandwich.
Damn,
and he would just like buy a pack of sunflower seeds and leave.
That's really funny. That must have, but you know what? That's trickled down though. Somebody else ran into those Wawa ladies later that day and they were just motherfuckers. Like, what are these people's problem? It's like, yeah, they've been making mustard sandwiches. They're pissed. But yeah, the guy hit an Aunt Jemima and it was just like.
And nobody said anything. Everyone just.
He was that fucked up that everyone was just like, yeah, whatever. It was literally a homeless
I guess no one
guy.
wanted to take him on.
No.
It's like seeing like a possum in the trash can. You're just like, I just shut the lid, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking have a possum come after me.
Yeah, that was that. So yeah, I've been doing battle everywhere I've gone.
Damn,
the last
dude.
couple of days.
You got prejudiced?
I did get prejudiced.
You got pussy attacked. A pussy attacked you, which is, again, dude, it's like, I mean, again, I just shed my ego. So like when I make judgmental statements, it kind of hurts me. But I could say with certainty, you can't be a pussy, dude. You can't be a dude and be a pussy.
Yeah.
You have to level up, dude. We can't have this shit, man. Of dudes just being like,
could you please
I'm scared of the news. It's like, bro, stop it, man. Breathe in the air. You're fine. You know, and if you're super worried about it, obviously, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, leave the city then. If you're afraid of one dude not wearing a mask, definitely 6 feet away from you in a barbershop, maybe don't go outside.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the one that's going to get you.
Maybe don't live in a city.
I had a perfect bubble going on, and then somebody talked. Yeah, it's around like Barbicide.
Meanwhile, there's literally a guy with he's wearing a mask, but he's literally faced right here, cutting your hair the whole time.
Well, the germs, when they hit the mask, they don't come out through the sides at all and infect the air. They hit the mask and they freeze.
Yeah, they have to stop
N95, dude.
Yeah.
Ever hear of it?
Yes.
It fucking takes all the germs around you.
There's no germs.
The sides, they don't come out of the sides. They fucking hit the front, and only the good stuff, the ions, like ionizers?
Yes.
The good probiotics come out of the side. It's been a fucking year. Can we please stop with this shit, man? It's like, I get it. It sucks, but come on. Let's go. Let's fucking roll,
right,
dude.
Enough of my troubles.
Pretty funny, though.
Let's get to yours.
You've had a tough one, dude.
Honestly, the car getting towed didn't get me going that much.
Because you fucking
I was just joshing about killing myself when I texted you.
Obviously, I know that.
Although if I did have no money, I would have killed myself.
It's a good place to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Going down there,
definitely.
letting them know which car is yours, and just
yeah.
They're like,
also, the sticker on the front.
Or poisoning yourself. There.
The sticker on the front that they slap on your windshield. The lady, this black lady, it was me versus black ladies. She tried to rip it off, and the stickers just stayed on. And she was like, "Do you have a razor?" And I was like, "No, I don't have a razor blade." I would
slit my neck if I had.
Yeah. She was like, "Do you have a razor blade?" I was like, "No, of course I don't have a razor blade." She was like, she literally went like that. So I just have the stickers on my windshield.
You gotta get goo gone. It's called Gooby gone. Hook you up, dude. We'll hit the hardware store.
Or a gun.
Yeah, just break your windshield to start over.
But the PPA people were very delighted that I was not confrontational.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can't be.
They were so happy that I was in there just like, I already paid. Here's all my information. Thank you.
Can't fight them, man.
I was glad somebody didn't steal my car. That's what I thought happened.
I was thinking about, that actually made me laugh, thinking about you coming out and being like.
Oh, that was 20 minutes of walking.
Of just being like, what the? Then finally just being like, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's the worst feeling. Because you're
20
like,
minutes
I know it's right
around.
here. I know it's right here. Then you go crazy. You lose your mind. Then you go, let me call them. Like, we have it. And you're like, fuck.
No, well, that's what sucked. I checked the website first. And of course, it's like license plate or VIN. I thought it said and VIN. So I had to look up the fucking VIN number of this thing.
Oh.
Typed the VIN number in. Because I typed.
How'd you do that, by the way?
The VIN number? Yeah. I had my insurance registration on my email.
Gotcha.
Typed in the VIN and the license plate. So when I typed them both in, I guess it canceled each other out. So it was like, we don't have this car. I was just like, whoa.
Shit.
Someone stole a fucking cruise.
Someone gone in 60 seconds, you dude.
Someone crushed my fucking cruise.
That'd be so funny.
And then I was more upset because I had my one pair of jeans in the cruise. I was like, fuck,
you had
dude.
Your red bottoms?
All my jeans. My apple bottom jeans. All my boots with the fur were in there.
You had your Jabos, dude?
Yeah, I was initially more upset that my Jumbo jeans were fucking stolen. And they were like, "Are those Bugle Boy jeans you're wearing?" I said, "Hell nah, ho. You know they polo."
Dude, we should hit Marshalls and get like tons of polo, dude. You know how much polo? Like, dude, back in the day, I used to like hit that up. I'm like, I'm gonna get tons of polo one day, and I probably could hit Marshalls. I could shut down Marshalls.
I need Lacoste.
Be fresh as fuck.
I might start getting Lacoste.
True.
Get Lacoste. Those white pants you were rocking, dude. You looked good in that whole outfit. Dude, that was definitely just a sick outfit you used to wear.
No, I never worn it. Those pants had tags on them, dude, when they came.
What?
Yeah, I went and bought a suit at Express, and then I had
a white suit at Express.
No, I bought a suit, and they were like, "It's buy one get one free." Well, I earned like 2 free pairs of pants, and I was like, clearly like, "Give me those all white pants," and they just sat in my closet forever.
Damn,
I knew they'd come in handy.
They would, yeah.
If I had my druthers, I'd wear all white pretty much everywhere.
Yeah,
is what it is.
You should. Why don't you?
I might start. I'm like fighting the demons of doing whatever I want, whenever I want, and I'm trying to keep myself in check.
Why would you fight those demons?
Because I'd be wearing all white right now, and people start making fun of me.
Well, who cares if people make fun of you?
I know.
You're a boss. Dude.
I know.
You're a girl boss.
I'm just not trying to
keep this attitude up. You'll be a waitress at Prohibition.
What attitude?
I know whenever I want now.
Exactly. That's why I'm being careful.
I'm gonna go yell at anybody. That's having
dude,
fun.
I've been internally scrubbed so radically that I just don't want to freak people out. So I want to slowly leak my transformation, dude. So, that's what I'm talking about.
But anyway, the car is safe. I got it. It was towed for like an hour. I just went straight and got it, dude. And I blamed my lady. Sure. It was her fault.
Of course.
We went to the Flyers game last night. We had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Drew scored 2 goals in the final minute to tie it.
Awesome.
The Flyers won in a shootout. What a night. Oh, what a night. And then
this was after you had been just absolutely just handled poorly by the waitstaff.
I went back. I forgot to include this. The next morning, I went back to the exact bar for brunch to show that fat bitch waitress that I don't care about her. And I stared at her. I sat there and went, "Could you please get me some coffee?"
Damn, dude.
I don't care how much she spit in my drinks.
You just drank it all.
Right in her fucking fat face, dude.
Fuck.
I hated her.
You guys are you were battling this weekend.
It was a true battle, dude. She didn't. It was funny too because Adam, my friend Adam, was sitting across, and he
punched her.
He was like, she didn't know who she was locking horns with.
She
came
all,
over
dude.
with pure. She saw me. I look like a fat bitch. She probably was like, "Oh, here's a fat bitch. I could talk to this way."
True.
She thought, and then it was just, "What'd you say to me? How are you talking to me?
Damn.
Why would you talk to someone like that?"
It was just
because I told you already. I was like, "That's the first time you told me that. That was the first time you talked to me." She's like, "Well, I told you already. Next time you're gonna drop the check." I was like, "Oh, don't fucking threaten me." I had to start ordering 2 drinks at a time because of how slow they were. It was, the MLS game had all the Antifa fucks. Yeah. Look, enough about me.
Enough about me showing up and just fucking
battling,
stalking on that lady, dude. Not stalking as like
true,
a stalker.
but going back the next day.
Going back, I'm like, what's up?
Going back the next morning.
That's got to be bad for your digestion to like hatefully eat a meal at a place where your enemy works and prepares your food.
Oh yeah.
Show up and be like,
especially I got like
my pulse would be at like 100 beats per. If I like went to a place where I had a problem with someone, my pulse is at 100 beats per minute. So I would be like,
I was definitely like, fight adrenaline was in me while I was eating breakfast. I was like, there she is. I don't care if she says anything. I hope she says something to me.
Oh my God, dude. You got to hit the portal, dude.
I got chilaquiles. Well, I don't know what type of breakfast this is. It's like fucking rice and beans on chips. I basically got nachos for breakfast.
They force you to eat Mexican food?
Yeah.
You're like, can I have eggs Benedict? And like, well, we only have Mexican.
Yeah.
You're like, God damn it.
Yep.
Son of a bitch. I can't pronounce a goddamn thing on this menu.
Yeah.
I don't want beans with my eggs. Damn, dude.
I got beans, eggs, and coffee. Went back to the house.
You're being persecuted,
uncorked
dude.
a dump in front of my lady.
They probably try to assassinate you via diarrhea.
Yeah, well, they don't know. They're running into a buzzsaw. I was born in the darkness. Crafted by it. All right. So,
fuck.
I was battling hipsters. You
were
battling your own ego.
Pretty much, dude.
Fill us in. What happened?
So, I'll start you from the beginning, man.
Yeah.
I show up. I talked to you. I forgot about that. We talked on the way over.
Yes.
On the way over, I was telling you about Soplar. And there was the other technique where like if you encounter if you encounter an entity, you can either go like push it away, or that's Soplar. And there's another, I forget the name of it, dude. Torping.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, Torping. I remember that.
So if Soplar doesn't work, this is like the YouTubes I had watched before.
Now Matt's talking about taking a 5-gram mushroom journey.
So while you're out of your body in the astral plane, or wherever I was watching videos to prepare for it.
Right here in this house. Hi.
Oh, boy, dude.
You're in your own brain.
Dude.
Yes.
Go ahead. That's a very materialist perspective.
I've been there.
That's a very materialist perspective.
No,
if I was at that brunch with you, I would have I just would have calmed the entire situation.
I had a nice brunch. I had a nice calm brunch.
Does not sound like
if she walked by, I said, I'd like to kill you. Very calmly.
I was gone. Calmly. My body was here. I'd feel my body every now and again. But on the way over, I was telling you about Soplar and Torping. And Torping, if Soplar doesn't work, if the entities come around you and you go, you might, that's kind of like a gut punch. They'll be like, ah, but you might also attract the attention of larger entities. That thing's part of a hierarchy.
Higher part.
Exactly.
So you think
I'll get to my beliefs.
Not being a jerk.
Absolutely.
So there's a different dimension. And there are entities that are
very possibly, yes.
Possibly entities that are like monsters.
Here's the thing. I believe in God now. Totally.
Okay.
So I'm not really worried about that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Because I can just always call upon the one true creator.
Okay.
No big deal.
So you call on them.
There's people out there who do deal with them. I might come across them. I haven't stopped my travels yet.
Yeah.
But it's like the technique this guy came up with.
This is what I feared the most.
Oh,
about
yeah.
This journey.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck,
dude. Oh, 100% believe in God. No, not even, there's no, people can say, oh, it's like, hey.
No, I didn't fear that you would believe in God.
What?
I feared that you would be like, I haven't stopped my travels yet.
I haven't stopped them, dude.
I know.
I have not stopped. But
all right.
I think I'm going to do like every 5-year schedule, I believe. With some little treats in between, obviously. Some changa.
You can get high as shit occasionally, too.
Changa. The weed deep dives are probably on a whole new level now.
So you think not you think. I'm not.
Sure.
But I like to imagine a dimension where there's just monsters, like demons, like.
Well, it's an immaterial.
And then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh shit, somebody's high as hell right now. We gotta go spook them."
No.
It's like, yo, this doper's blowing extra hard. Run, everybody!
Well, that's when if you torp.
Oh shit, he's torping us.
Torping is when you're there and the soplar doesn't work. But torping, you go, and then that can kill them. That can kill them.
Kill them?
That can kill them. You gotta be careful because you're still taking a life. I mean, it is, it's an immaterial dark energy body, but they're not feeding on you because you're high. You have a light body as a human being.
Yeah.
So, it's like you're opening yourself up to different frequencies, and your consciousness isn't in your brain. It's like an electromagnetic field. It's like, here's a magnet, but there's also a field. Your mind's, in my opinion, the same way. So it's like you just open yourself up. In my opinion, my humble opinion.
Yeah, your humble opinion.
My humble, Rupert Sheldrake and some of the greatest minds of the Dark Ages medieval period. Yeah.
Great minds of the Dark Ages?
I mean, dude, yeah.
The great minds of the noted worst time for minds?
That's propaganda. That's history propaganda, dude.
Right.
You know this. Dark Ages weren't as bad as people say. There's a lot of cool stuff happening.
Definitely cool stuff.
A lot of cool art. Come on, give me that. Give me that.
I'll give you what?
Cool art in the Dark
Ages.
Yeah,
sure.
Don't fall into history propaganda, dude.
No, I'm not falling for the propaganda. I'm more worried about demons hiding.
You don't have to worry about them, dude.
No, they've visited me. I've seen them.
They could.
But I believe they were in my own mind.
They could be. I mean, you're a materialist. That's what you would think. I don't
like to get called things.
Here's the thing. It's just a belief. You describe. There's nothing wrong with it, dude. We need each other. But, I mean, to think that intelligence stops with us, it's, to me, it's a fallacy. It's like, it very possibly is there's larger and larger creatures and larger levels of consciousness. We're larger than an ant in terms of how conscious we are. To think the buck stops with us.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean there's a dimension of monsters.
They could
just because sure, there could be aliens with higher levels of intelligence than us. Sure,
that could kind of interact with us mentally, possibly. I don't know. I'm saying I don't know. I don't totally dismiss it. It might just all be in our heads. That's on the table. But dude, if you witness what I witnessed, bro,
I did. I just got very, very high myself.
But you have to set the intention, dude. I mean, look,
I figured you did it better than me.
No, don't start that.
I figured you knew how to do it better.
Don't start that.
No.
Don't start that.
I didn't start that. You're right.
I know what you're doing here.
No, I started it. I'm sorry. I started that for sure.
I know.
I was the one who started that.
No, I'm telling you, everyone can have different experiences. And again, you have to go into it. It all depends on your inherent belief system. I'm not saying you're wrong. But for me, a belief system is something you choose that resonates with you, that you get benefits from. So if I were to say, like, I want to think like Sam Harris. I can do that. It just doesn't really make me feel that good. If I go into like entities, God, all that stuff, that pumps me up. It makes me feel good. So that's the one I pick. You know what I'm saying?
Well, of course. That's how that works. Yeah.
It rules.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, nobody knows for sure. So it's like, why would I pick one that makes me feel like everything's totally pointless? Not doing that.
Yeah.
God, Soplar, Torping. Let's go. Let's fucking go, dude.
Yeah.
I would not have been able to withstand that experience without perfect faith, dude. I was on the threshold. I could have been obliterated, and I was just fucking out of my body.
So you had perfect faith.
In the moment I had, compared to everything I had before, in that moment. And dude, I'm a fallible creature, but I was able to fully go.
You are?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, shit.
I'm saying I was able to transcend possibly my greatest fear, and I could have went either way. I mean, you either believe in fear or you believe in God. I chose the path of God. It's that simple, dude. It's one dictates your life or the other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was at a crossroads.
I fear God, dude.
You can. You should.
I fear God, homie.
So I didn't even get into the whole thing, dude.
I fear God, homie.
This is going to sound really weird. You're already kind of freaked out, and I'm just testing the waters.
Yeah.
I was in direct communication. I'm not saying like I was God or anything. I got the full rundown on how that all works and how we're all like part of an organism, basically. That's just like, we can't even comprehend. Dude, it was so terrifying.
Well, tell me, what happened?
So I get out. You and I talk about Torping. You obviously make fun of me and belittle me and stuff. And then I get kidding. And then
you obviously talk down to me. Go ahead.
How do I talk down to you?
No, go ahead.
I never talk down to you.
Sure.
When?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Oh my God, dude. So funny. So we get in. It was actually very funny. It actually helped me. I was so nervous. I talked to you. We had a good laugh. And then I go inside, and my brother was shamaning me. So I come in. I was in here actually, and I go in. I see my brother, and I'm coming up with every excuse not to do this. I'm like, because I had them on me. I'm looking at them. Yeah. I'm like, God, so much. And so I'm like, I'm gonna eat these. So I'm like, I go up into the room. I'm in the chamber. I'm up in the sanctuary above this. And I'm like up there by myself. And I go downstairs. I'm like, oh, are you going to come up with me while I eat these or what? Like I didn't want to eat them myself. I was that nervous. So he comes up and I just start just munching. I'm like, fuck it, let's go. So I just start chomping them, taking the water. And he was like, yeah, you should have about 40 minutes or so. He's like, take a piss, do what you got to do.
Get ready. Dude,
so they're munched, they're down the hatch. I'm like shitting myself. This was fucking terrifying. Yeah. So actually once I ate them, I felt kind of calm, but I was like, the clock was ticking. So I go in, I take a piss, I lay in the bed, and dude, just to give you some sort of perspective. Before I left, I was like picking out a shirt. This is like my like thought patterns. Picking out a shirt. I see my green shirt, the one I got down when we were doing stand up down. Where were we? Down south. Down South Texas way. Texas. So I remember we went to the thrift store.
Yes.
So I was going to wear a green
the Letterman jacket.
Not the Letterman. Yeah, I was going to wear the green thermal shirt I had from there. But I was like, before I went, I was like, I don't know who used to wear this shirt. I don't want to wear like a shirt that maybe this guy was like a fucking like violent criminal. I don't want to bring like some dude's shirt that like did bad shit into this space with me. So I'm like, I won't wear that. When I went to get into bed, I laid on top of the covers because I was like, I don't want to lay under the covers, and if I'm tripping, I like feel trapped under the just neurotic thinking. Like as soon as it kicked in, I started bugging out, doing all this stuff, and all of that kind of like, should I do this, should I do that? It just got wiped to the point now where it's like the idea of dancing, I was laughing, being like, the idea that I was uncomfortable about that was just the funniest thing in the world to me.
Uncomfortable about dancing?
Yeah, it was just like, that's the craziest shit in the world. Yeah. Or being like, I'm going to pick this shirt because like a dead guy might have worn, like all of that stuff. Like, I'm going to stay on top. It was like, get under the blankets, you idiot. And the whole time was like, I'm going to keep the mask on the entire 4 hours. And it was like, dude, if you want to take it up, you fucking weird. Just shit like that.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's that's what I said. You have some very non-neurotic tendencies. So I'm laying there. I thought I had 40 minutes. I talked to my brother for a little bit. And then all of a sudden I'm like, all right, dude, like I'm just going to start like close my eyes and breathe and put the mask on. I had Bluetooth. I had a mask with headphones hooked up to my laptop. So I put it on and I start like my playlist is going, close my eyes and I start breathing and I just like, as soon as like, it feels like something kind of showed up because when your eyes are closed, it's really weird to do. Like I'm sitting there and all of a sudden it was just like, okay, like the effects are setting in. And I got like incredibly anxious and was just like, fuck, dude, fuck. Like I was freaking, I like started to kind of freak out. And that was the point. I was like, you get all those thoughts like, I knew I shouldn't have done this. I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I'm going to freak. And it was just like, out of nowhere, I had this thought. It was just like, dude, your body's been dealing with fear before you were even a self. If that makes sense. When you're a baby, you're not a self yet. You're just like a fucking thing.
Sure.
So it's like, you've been processing fear. There's no need for you to try to like mitigate it or be in the way of it. Just completely let it go. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I let that go. And then, I'm still kind of bugging out. I'm this and that, but I feel a little better. And then I'm like breathing, tracking my breath, like following my breath. And I'm like in my head, like, well, I want to make sure like I'm still breathing because it's like starting to kick in. It's like,
yeah.
And I have like, my eyes closed and it's like, just like, it was like the visuals are more like stained glass windowy kind of shit. Like almost like it'd be like a neon kind of like garden. It was weird, but it's very faint. It wasn't super pronounced. And then, so then it was just kind of like, dude, like why are you like keeping track of your breath? It's like, well, I want to make sure I'm still breathing. It's like, dude, your body knows how to, will you stop with this weird fucking shit? Just let it go. And then I fully was like, all right, fine. It was like, look, nothing's going to happen. You're going to be back in one piece. Like you'll be fine. You have to completely give in. So long story short, let go, dude, it's the way that I think, like explain it is just like, it's a wave. You just get like carried off to the point where like, I would eventually, I'm sure, you've done this, but I would touch my head for a second. Like I would just be like hearing myself like, oh, like making noises. And I'd reach up and you'd be like, my head. And you're like, oh, I have a head. Like
it's like when you're in virtual reality.
Yes.
Where you're like in this thing and then you like accidentally touch a counter and you're like, oh shit, I forgot I was in this room.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. And I forget, it like kind of went off into like, so the anxiety stuff, I was like examining all the ways fear kind of controls and dictates my life. And it went deeper than I imagined. And it was just like so much shit popping up. And I was like, what the fuck? That's crazy. That's this, blah, blah, blah. Then I got like a tremendous wave of anxiety. And that's when like the religious stuff kind of started coming in. Because my two intentions were to examine how fear dictates my life and to also start to examine all the spiritual stuff I've been reading about. Dude, I went into like this, I can't even explain it, but it was like the whole, like the whole mystic idea that like we are all part of God. And it's like almost like it's like a gigantic organism and we're just kind of like individual cells within this entire blah, blah, blah. So I was like in that idea, if that's like the easiest way to explain it. And I got to think the way God thinks. And it was overwhelming, terrifying, and like lonely and just weird. I was like in eternity by myself, but being like, this is what this is, and being like, this fucking sucks, dude. And I just got like, I remember just I kept thinking like, oh my God, all I have to do is just take care of such a little tiny piece of the world, like my life and like, you know, my little fucking web of relationships. And I'm like, I'm such a dickhead. And it just starts running through how I've been just a fucking dickhead, a pussy, letting this dictate. And it was just fucking brutal, dude, of just like, you have so little to deal with. And then like, I would like, you know, I'm in that. I went through the whole Christ message and like, this is what Jesus was trying to tell people. And this is how Jesus's brain worked. And I was just like, oh, this is too much. You know, fuck, I didn't want to let people kill. It sounds crazy, but dude, like and it's almost indescribable. And then I would get spit out. You would get out, like the wave would be over and I'd be back in the room. And that's when I was like, dude, if you want to get under the blankets, get under the blankets. Like Pop was like immediately I heard Tom come up the stairs and I'm like, Tom, it's like, I think I'm done. I think it's over. And he was like, it's not over, bro. I was like, how long's it been? He was like, it's been about 45 minutes. And I was just like, or like an hour, whatever it was. And I was just like, okay. And then mask back on. I'm under the blankies, dude. Go into another wave. It's the point where like, I remember like going into like the Jesus stuff, hitting like a Buddha thing where I was kind of like, dude, it was fucking nuts, dude. It was to the point where like, I do remember one of the things was like, I had fully like grokked the Christ message. And then there was like Jesus's eye peering like this at me. And it was like, you understand what I was dealing with? And like, that's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, there's nothing to freak out about. Literally, it's all in your head. It's all bullshit. You're totally fine. And it was like, you know, blah, blah, blah. But if you tell this to people, they'll want to kill you. And I was like, oh, fuck. He's like, but you have the message. I was like, fuck. I was just like, no.
So now you have Christ's message.
I didn't want it, dude. I tried.
Well, all of the saints, they didn't want it, bro.
Dude, but here's the thing.
Jesus didn't want it.
I was aware of the whole dynamic. It was funny because at the time I was going like, oh, this is how people are convinced they're Jesus. And I was kind of like, that's weird. So I was still able to keep some of my faculties. Yeah. But then I did this whole thing with like the Buddha thing and being like, oh, so that's what nirvana feels. And all of it felt like scary. It wasn't like, oh, I was blissed out. I'm like, this is overwhelming to think at this level and this depth. I'm like, please send me back to my just like stupid, like one cylinder brain where I can just be nice. Like all I have to do is be good and be nice. So I would keep like being spit back out and it would just be like, I would just lay there like, I can't wait to be so good. I'm going to be so fucking good. I'll be so fucking nice, dude. And I'd be like, Tom. And he'd come up and be like, what time is it? And you'd be like, dude, you still got a while, man. I'd be like, oh. And then I'd go back under. So eventually what happened was I get out of the religious stuff and then I start coming back into like the world. Like I start coming, like realizing where I am. Like I was gone in like heaven stuff. And then I come into, not even heaven, I would say. I was in like deep, like universe, God stuff. And then I go into, so then I start coming to my senses kind of, but I go like, all right, so where am I? And I was like, Earth. And I'm like, right. I'm like, do I have any money? And I was like, what the fuck? We have money? And I had went through a whole thing on money where I was just like, how the fuck did we get tricked into that? All this stuff of like, so I got to go around and just keep collecting this stuff. And I'm like, fuck, man. And, it was all this stuff. And then I started getting into countries where I'd be like, wait, what? There's countries and like they don't. So
you're Antifa. You were like, money's borders.
No,
suck.
Not at all. I wasn't even. Mine was no, because they're just in the mix of all that shit. Mine was more like, let's grow food, and all that stuff's weird. That's all Caesar's realm, bro. It's God. Obviously, what belongs to Caesar belongs to Caesar. But dude, so I'm like, I'm breaking it down in Caesar's realm where it's like money, countries, weapons, political factions, and I was just like. And I'm remembering what the world is. And that, dude, it was fucking crazy. So then it's another wave. I do a whole wave on like unexpectedly like geopolitics shit. And I was just like, fuck, dude, this is fucked up. And then like So then my brother comes up again, and I'm like, dude, I think I'm good, man. And there's a point where I was like, I'm going to start my own country. And I was like, people are going to kill me because I have the Christ message, and I'm going to start my own country. And I was like, I'm definitely getting shot. And I was like bugging out on it. And so then I'm like, my brother comes up, and I'm like, dude, like I'm telling him about money and countries. And he's like just kind of like laughing. And I'm like, I think I'm good for real, dude. Because then I got into a whole thing of like, dude, all your fears are bullshit. Even like you're telling yourself you have to lay on bed because you're on so much mushrooms. That's all bullshit too. Like, get up and go do your thing. You got the message. Go about your day. And I was like, right on. And I got up. So I'm like, let's go outside. And he's like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
So we come in through the studio, and we went out on the deck. So I'm sitting outside, just like I remember being like, because I was gone from the world. So I'm like, I'm in the city, cars are going by, and I remember just being like, this is a lot of activity, dude. Yeah. There's a lot of people here, and they're all fucking on these like weird hell-bent missions where they'd been kind of like co-opted into chasing this weird material resource. It was kind of a strange thing, but then we locked ourselves out. I shut the door behind me, didn't realize that it locked from the inside. So then I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm good. I turned to go back inside, and the door just was like, the knob, the lock were just like, and I like look at it and was just like, and I thought I was hallucinating being outside. So I turned to my brother, and he was frozen in time. So I looked at him.
Yeah, that's the worst.
And he was just, and I was like, Tom. And he was like, what? And I was like, I thought you froze. And he was just like, dude, you got to go back inside. And I was like, the doors doesn't work. And he was like, what? Did you lock us out? And I was like, I think it does lock for me. And like, he was like, fuck. And it was cold. So I'm outside in the cold, and I'm just sitting out there. And again, it was like, I felt myself start to bug, and my body was like, dude, if you want to bug, dude. But like, that's on you. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to bug. And then he's like, Spud's working around the corner. And again, I had just come out of like, we shouldn't have countries. We shouldn't have money. We shouldn't have locks. So in my head, I'm like, fucking hate locks, dude. I'm like, this is why we shouldn't have this shit. So Spud comes.
We shouldn't even have locks.
So Spud comes and lets us in. And I'm just like, this is why you have bros. This is why your bros are the best, dude. You can lock yourself out. Your bros can just I'm like, this is the only thing that matters. Like, I'm going through all that stuff. And then I go back into bed. I'm not even done. So I'm halfway at this point. He's like, I'm like, I think I'm going to lay down. I don't know if I'm ready yet. And he's like, you're not. Go lay down. So I lay down. This is where it got like truly weird. So and this is like, again, this is the reentry. This is like, I'm coming back to the world. I lay down. I remember kind of crossing my legs like this, like if you peep under here, like a little grapevine.
Yes.
Just, it was comfy. And instantly my brain just shot to like the DNA helix. And I'm like, DNA, tight. And then all of a sudden it started going into like, I had this like, not a memory, but I had this like, and it sounds, I thought this was the most profound thing in the world. I was like, fuck, dude. I used to be a sperm cell. And I was just like, I was in my dad, and there was fucking millions of cells, and I had a whole other life as an organism that I don't even remember. And I was just like, my brothers were in my dad? And I was like, whoa. And then I started thinking about how my dad was in someone else, and they were in someone else, and how like all of us were just emanating from this uninterrupted life force, and we just kind of all like popped up like a, like a blade of grass, or like our whole personality was like wallpaper on this like generic life force that we're all part of. It was pretty nuts, dude. And then I like couldn't tell. I was like burdened with the knowledge that I was a sperm cell, and I didn't think anyone else, like I thought people had pushed it out of their mind. I'm like, I can't bring this back to people and tell them they won't be able to take it. I thought I was like going to like dismantle people's mental well-being by being like, damn, sit down for this, bro. But you were a sperm cell. Like, I thought I thought that we all repressed it and forgot that we were like basically tadpoles at one point, living in another person. And also like, obviously we were living in our mom, and we were also kind of living in our dad, sort of parts of us. And then, it was just like, so I went on that for a while, and then that kind of seeped into like this whole thing, how like I was thinking of everyone I know. And after I'd kind of like stripped myself down to being like, dude, you're a fucking pussy about this. You're not, you should be doing better with this person. You should be, just be nicer. Cause a lot of my stuff was like, well, this person would do this to me. And it was just like, fuck you, shut up, stop being a pussy. And then, I was like in this, everyone I knew was like an island, and I was in the water. And then we were like, basically we were just the water, but the island was us popping up as like our personalities, but we were all part of the same thing. And then eventually I came to and thought I broke my brain and that I'd never be the same ever again. My brother was like, no, you're cool. We're going to go out and get pizza afterwards. I'm like, people like me still? He's like, yeah, they like you, dude. Yeah. I was like, I thought everyone hated me. Like, no, you're fine. Like, I thought I did a bad thing. Like, no, you're fine. So then I like laid there for a while, and I was like, I can't move. And then finally in my head, I was like, Tom. And And he didn't come. He like went for a walk. He wouldn't come upstairs. So I was like, you have to stand. And that's when I got up and like pushed the door. I had to pee really bad, but I couldn't get out of bed.
Yeah.
So I went out of bed. I peed, and as soon as I peed, I was like, I'm back in my body because I was like in my body, but I wasn't working like I thought it would. And then I had another hour of just like chilling downstairs, being like talking to my brother, being like, how do you fucking function? Because he had done it previously. And I'm like, how do you even live now? And he was like, you'll be fine. And then eventually went for a ride. I got a smoothie. And like that night, it kind of wore off and I had a splitting headache.
I was surprised that I forgot you had done it.
Yeah.
What the fuck was I? I think we were doing a sketch.
I texted you. Yeah, you're doing a sketch. I was texting you, obviously. Love you. Sorry for being a fag ass.
Yeah, I liked that. That was very funny.
I just felt like I had been so shitty to everyone.
And then I was like, I mean, that's exactly how I felt.
Yeah.
Dude, I relived.
I see why you're bugging out about that. I'm like, dude, you're fine. And I was like, I came out of it like, I'm such a fucking piece of shit.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, waking up that day was just like.
I feel like you had it way more difficult. Like if you had set up and it was like dude, my shit was so cool.
Bro, I was fucked up when I started I had no preparation at all. I wasn't like, this is what I'm doing. This is where I am. I didn't know where I was. It was night number 2 in an unknown place.
Dude, I like mentally prepared for like 2 months and like read spirituality books and all this stuff that obviously were a humongous help because I was able to kind of think of the whole thing through that. If I had just been like spit out and that hit me and I was just like, that happened to me once and I just fucking freaked out. I don't remember any of it, but
I remember a lot of it.
Really?
And I was happy I did it that way.
True.
I was happy I did it without any sense of I had control or like figuring stuff out, you know?
Well, that's
because I had nothing.
That was the thing for me. It was like all your little schemes of like, I'll do this and I do that. It was just like, that's just shit you tell yourself, dude.
Yeah.
Just munch them, bug out. You'll be back in your body. And I had to like get used to my body again, which was weird.
Yeah.
So
I walked around the house in the morning.
Just getting back in your body?
Maybe, yeah.
You must have eaten like a quarter, dude.
I don't know what I ate.
Judging off what you told me you ate, I think it was like...
There was a long period of time where I was totally incapacitated.
Yeah.
I got hit with a mirror. I walked in the bathroom, saw my... Dude, I was telling you this. I looked like a groundhog. Like I saw like my face was like pink and my eyes were huge. And I was like, damn, dude, I look like Gus, the groundhog from the Lotto commercials, dude. I was like, is this what I look like? And...
Well, that was
towards the end. That was when I started like
you came back too.
I was like, that's me. Like I was thinking for a while. I was just zero. And then I at one point I went upstairs and got water.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, I would sip water and just instantly feel nauseous. Like at one point I was like, I'm gonna throw up, and he was like, "You gonna throw up?" And I was like, "No." And I was like, lay there. But yeah, dude, that when I came back too, when I like got back in, because I didn't know like anything about myself, like my phone, I was like, ugh. But I remember thinking like that'd have been so funny if I came back and I was just 400 pounds. I could have came back and like, oh shit, dude! Like I had no idea. I remember the one thing that made me laugh is like when I was finally like coming back into myself. I remember being like, I have a goatee. Yes, yes, dude, I did it. Dude,
Sweet.
It was funny to like. I remember being like, I have longish sort of hair. Like I was like, I Ray Charles myself. I was just kind of like, okay, yeah, it was crazy, dude. But the whole experience is one thing. It's for me, it was the after effects have been awesome.
Yeah,
dude, I had like nothing but neurotic thinking patterns that have like, I forgot. Like, so what happens is like, I'll wake up now and I didn't know, I forgot I used to even do this. I went to pee the other night, woke up to take a piss, pissed. And then like, I had like a flood of racing thoughts about just like complete nonsense. But I remember being like, oh yeah, I used to wake up in the middle of the night and fucking freak out. Like 4 nights a week, I'd wake up and be like, ah! And I was like that,
really?
like all the time. I was something I like would happen to me in the middle of the night, and I would just put it out of my mind and go back to bed. And I would just be like, oh, what do I got to do tomorrow? And I would just think about like 40 things at once while I'm peeing and like just freak out, then go back to bed.
Yeah, that
started to happen. I was just like, fuck, man. And then I started going, dude, I think you fucked yourself. You know, then it starts happening again, and you go, no, I'm good. I went back to bed. But it's like, dude, I like erased just. It was just like there was like a ton of plugins. Like you have like your ego, and it's a good thing to have. It's like keeps you from dying and stuff. But like there's like, don't get eaten by a bear, don't get murdered by your neighbor. They're like good programs to run. And then it's like there's like a plugin that's like, is your boss mad at me? is my wife mad? They're the ones that trigger that same limbic system. And it's like, I was running like thousands of plugins unnecessarily that just got pulled off.
Why? What do you think?
I just was anxious and neurotic, dude.
Yeah.
It was just, that's just what happens. It's like if you have an employee and their job is, it's not as important as it's important, but they shouldn't be running the show. They'll invent things to do to keep themselves more relevant and important.
Yeah.
So the ego thrives on problems. So they just constantly invent problems. And that was the thing that bugged me out too. I was like, why are we fucking giving kids math problems, dude? We have enough shit going on. We're fucking just inventing shit. I invent shit. I was in math and they made me fucking just figure out shit that wasn't even fucking real. It was nuts. It was fucked up. I'm like, fucking shit's hard enough, dude. You don't got to just be confusing kids with fucking numbers they don't understand.
Yeah.
It's like, that doesn't exist. Just fucking delete it from the textbook.
Math?
And I was like, it's good to know, but come on, man.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have to do that shit.
Yeah.
I started thinking about
they should be able to tell who's dumb.
Well, I started thinking about that. I'm like, that's
good.
fucked up, man. They just put that shit on people, dude. The Pythagoreans. I was just a Celtic warrior, obviously.
Yeah.
Pythagoreans just came there and they're like, do you even know how to count? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
No.
What do you mean? I know how many wives I have. That's what everyone did. They were just like 3-year-olds. They were just like, how old are you?
Yeah. They'd have sticks. Put them on the ground. That many.
Like, I've been marking a rock, I think, every 4 moons, but give or take. They're like, dude, you fucking suck. You even notice the stars revolve? And you're like, stop fucking around, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we own you now. And you're like, fuck. Now your fucking great grandkids have to crack math problems, dude. It's fucked up. Bullshit, dude.
So you feel like it was good.
Yeah.
And you feel better than you did?
Yeah. But I will say this. There's a caveat because I could see how you could fucking spin out afterwards because it's a big change. And it's one of those things where it's like, I had to come to grips with the fact that I'll probably never be exactly the same. And that's kind of scary.
I think you will.
I don't think so, dude.
I think, at least I did. I think.
You can't, so they kind of wore off a little?
After a couple days.
Yeah.
Because the first 2 or 3 days, you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Like, definitely the first day. Like, I went out to lunch and I was out to dinner with my girl and she was like, are you all right?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm fine.
And that makes you feel worse.
Yeah, for sure.
I was getting that the day of, like, are you sure you're fine? And I'm like, fine. I had a bad headache, dude.
Yeah.
I had to go take a hot bath. And I read Dune. That was my turnaround point.
True.
Read Dune in the bathtub and was just like,
Got it.
Nothing but like mother trained my consciousness. I'm like, fuck yes, dude. I'm back.
Yes.
Back online. I honestly, dude, they've done studies with this, and apparently this can have lasting personality changes for up to like 18 months. Studying from like, life contentment indexes and all that stuff. And dude, it's like, there's the shit that I wiped off. It's like, and it's not like, I'm not saying like, oh, it's all gone, like everything's perfect. It still pops up, but it's like a thin vapor compared to what before it would be like, my reaction was physical, mental. Now it's like a fleeting thought that I'm like, like Brittany will be pissed about something. And I used to just be like, like we're on an airplane, one of the motors starts smoking. I'm just fucking, the whole plane starts blowing up. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you fucking angry? What the fuck? And it, we just explode rather than just being like, sorry you feel this way.
Yeah.
I'm here. I used to fucking implode. So far, that's not been the case,
That's
so
good.
it's like, it's help. But I'm also, I'll say, I was so neurotic. It's almost like, when you weigh like 500 pounds, you're like, I lost 200 pounds. Like, well, you're still 300 pounds, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like mentally 300 pounds from 500. So it's like pretty tight.
That is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny to go on a mushroom journey just to like be able to listen to your wife nag. it's coming out and be like, whoa.
Dude.
And then your wife's like, did you put this away? You're like,
it's the ultimate, dude. It's just.
You Neo your wife's nags?
Every man in my family, the mission now is the whole family.
Survive the women.
We're going to get the whole family just fucking Celtic warriored up. Dude, we could alter the future of my entire family line.
Yeah.
If all the men of the family had done the heroic dose. And again, if you do it with the blindfold with intention, it's a different experience.
I believe it.
So it's like.
My experience I thought was important.
Yeah, dude.
I enjoyed it.
You fucking foresaw your future and avoided it. Come on,
I died.
Dude. Don't try to strip away your psychonaut status, dude.
No. I have it. I have the status.
You do.
I went in.
Don't forget
pure Celtic warrior. Pure Celtic warrior.
Yeah, dude.
Actual Celtic.
That's how
warrior.
I say it too. Celtic.
None of this reading.
Yeah, dude.
Jargon
Boston,
before
Celtics, dude.
None of this.
True.
Studying. I was just like, hand me my ale. And I was drinking my ales, and I was like, "Give me these, whatever these are." I'm a true Celtic warrior Viking.
True.
That's how
true.
I feel.
I'm happy for you, bro. Your tricks don't work on me, dude. My
It's
ego
not a
got
trick.
demoted. I know what you're doing.
My ego is, I'm perfect. I have perfect faith.
That's good.
I'm humble.
Do you believe in God?
Yes, humbly. I
Good.
fear God.
Good.
Very humble.
Good.
Yes.
That's all you can do. I mean, Jesus had 12 disciples. They're all different, dude. I celebrate all of us.
I do too.
But that's the funny thing too. My favorite thing now is when people tell me they don't believe in God. I'm like, okay, weirdo.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing to do now. Just as a, it's a fun joke.
These guys are probably atheists. They're going to deny it now.
You an atheist, Noah? Yeah. Well, here's the thing, dude. It's not, a lot of people think that they have to, like, God's going to be mad. It's like, it's for you, dude. God's there for your benefit, dude, not for his. You're not there for his.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, I don't need this. Like, okay, knock yourself out.
Yeah, the people that are like, I believe in him just in case. It's like, nah, that ain't it.
You can do it.
That's not it.
Obviously forgives you for that, but,
yeah.
It's not how you do it. Yeah, I got really fucked up about, that was another thing, dude. I went through a whole thing of, like, church and organized religion and was just like, fuck, dude, this is so shitty. This is so fucked up. And, like, especially how they were condemning gay people. I was like, because I had this whole thing of sin and I'm like, it's just like, you just match up two consenting parties. It's cool. And if you get in the way of that, you're a sinner. So I was just like, fuck, dude, the church is so satanic, dude, with the shit they're doing, all the shame they're putting on people, all that bullshit. That was like the way I was thinking about it. It's like going to organized religion versus doing the heroic dose with, with a spiritual outlook, obviously, preparing yourself. It's like drinking Coke versus owning stock in Coca-Cola. It's like, you can sip it or you can be like, oh, I have this piece of paper,
yeah,
kind of meaningless. But dude, I started getting into like, because again, I was like, we're all part of this divine creature. And I was like, oh, there's like some of us just like changing from boys into girls. And I was like, whoa, that's so fucking heavy, dude. I was like,
what,
wow.
Trans?
Yeah. I was like, what are we doing right now? I was like, it's just part of the process, dude. And I was like, oh.
What process?
I don't know. Just us constantly morphing. I don't know what it was just free. The whole thing was free. I was like, that's mean the church tell gay people to go to hell. And then I did, but the thing was like, I had fully been with like the chain of life. And I'm like, dude, we have life inside of us. I could see why the church would be really weird about where you come and what you're doing with it because it is sacred, dude. But
yeah,
they can take it easy a little bit.
On the gays?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have. They have.
Take it easy. But I understand, dude, like if you're back in the 1400s and like if I was in the 1400s and I was like interacting with like the sperm chain of life, I could see people being like, only coming chicks, dude. Don't don't disrespect the sperm chain of life that we all emanate from, dude. So I get where they're coming from. It's just,
I mean, that's where your brothers came from. Some of your brothers got sent into guys' butts if your dad was gay. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Can't have that.
Where the hell are they?
You don't want your brothers to end up in a guy's butt.
I miss my brothers, dude.
Yeah.
Just fucking on the floor of a Mack truck, dude.
Some cream pie falling out.
Yeah, I was like freaking on the fact that I had like just tons of lives inside of me and was like, whoa, it's fucking crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah, pretty tight. The whole experience was cool. The main thing was the after effects, dude. I don't know if you noticed, acted my fucking ass off, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Give me it, dude.
Yeah, it was great.
I went big, dude.
It was great.
Your directions were big. You would just be like, I'd be like, usually I'm so weird and squirrely. I wouldn't do that kind of shit. I would just be like, that whole day would have been me being like, you fucking suck. Or I would have started being like, fucking acting sucks. Whatever to like filter myself from like just being like, hey, dude, stop being a pussy and being a weirdo. Yeah, it's been good. The whole thing's been good.
Yeah, you did great. It helps me if I see someone do what I'm, like the director.
Yeah.
Like, because they'll be like, think of this, you're more this. And it's like, all right, how the fuck do I do that? I just need to see someone be like, do this.
The exact thing you would do, right, you would just go like this. And I would be like, okay, I don't know exactly
what you got to do, yeah.
It's so helpful. Rather than being like, so here's where you're at. I'm like, I can't pretend to feel anything. I don't feel anything anyway. I'm fucked up.
I'm not good at this.
I'm autistic, okay?
Yeah. I need to see it.
Yeah, you would hit me with the fucking, I'm like, yeah, I got that.
You did.
That was fun.
You did great.
That was fun.
That'll be an interesting one. I almost cried.
Really?
I was close to crying a couple times.
I was trying to make myself cry. I thought I
could have easily cried early. Yeah, but it was when the camera wasn't on me. Like the first couple times I read through it, I was like, fuck, I could easily cry. Yeah. I thought I had it. I was
trying my hardest to cry, but usually it's just little things like that, dude. It's like the other thing too was pretty cool. I identified the why I have resistance towards things, like with writing. I'll sit down to write and I'm like, this is going to be so good. Everyone's going to love this. Oh my God. And I'll start being like up my ass about how awesome it will be. And like, people are going to love it. And I'll basically
that's bad.
Just for myself. Yeah. Just for myself of like, and it's there somewhere. I'm like, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be good. I'll build it up and then I'll go, but what if it's not? And then I go, and then I'm like, I just come up with an excuse and I don't do it. And now it's just kind of like, this is fun. I'll just write something that's just fun. And
yeah,
like,
you got to write for yourself.
Exactly.
It's like,
or just for people. Just like, let's just be fun.
It was like your thing while you were high was like being a good boy when you get back. Mm-hmm. The whole time I was like, I can't wait to just do stand up.
Nice.
Like, just work on it and be good at it.
Yeah.
Because no one can take that.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can choose how good I am at that. And yeah, that's helped. It's helped me with that since then. I've been like, dude, I'm so happy to do this.
Yeah,
you
man.
know?
Yeah, that was the biggest.
So that was cool.
Biggest part was just getting out of it. I'm like, I can't wait till this is over. I can just do stuff.
Yeah, true. I was very excited.
I'll be so good. That was the only thing. It was like, and that was the thing too. When I was in the very beginning of it, and I was like in that like weird divinity mode where I'm like there getting the rundown on how like God works and like what infinity is and like what eternity is, and I'm like, God, this is so fucking much to deal with. I'm like, this is like fucking terrifying. And I'm like, it's just you. And I was like, yep. Like that was kind of like the message I was getting. I'm like, that's fucking lonely. And I felt just like I felt like I was alone forever, and it was just a horrible feeling.
That's hell.
It was bad, dude.
No, that's what the Catholic Church teaches hell is.
Well, that's what God's up to, bro. He's up there by himself. It's pretty fucking sad, but that's why you have to be nice to him and send him good thoughts. But, dude, and there was a part too where I had the whole idea, like, God are we and the devil is I. Like, you alone are the devil, but if you're with all your boys, you guys are all God, whatever. But no big deal. I'm probably gonna write a book about it. But there was one. I told you, dude. I came back. I rolled the dice hard, and snake eyes, dude.
Yeah, I got fucked on this deal, dude. Damn it.
No, it's good. It's all good. But dude, there was a part I was running through I was like, why do we have to be good? And it was like imagine running through the infinite possibilities and running every single possible action you could do. The only thing that works is if people be good. If you're fucking bad, everything gets fucked up. I was like, oh, that makes sense. And then I'd just wake up and be like, I'm gonna be so good, and be like bug mode, dude, for like 4 hours. So that's it, dude. That was the whole tale. Pretty tight.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is cool.
It's a lot. I was nervous I was going to botch it, but it was like...
There's no way to botch it.
Sure.
You're just doing drugs.
Come on, man.
No,
Don't disrespect my religion, dude.
No.
I'm a psychedelic Christian. Please don't disrespect
No. You're right. But you are just doing drugs. You literally can't botch it. It's up to the brain. You're taking a bunch of drugs. Now, you can have a bad trip and have a shitty time, but that's...
True. It's up to you. It's up to you, I would say.
It's an experience either way. Like, I had a fucking... gnarly trip, and it was still a cool experience.
It's good to do.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
There's no fucking it up. Now, if you took your clothes off and like shit in your hand or something, that would be a bit of a failure.
Yeah, sure.
That would be a letdown.
I hear your point.
That would be a slight letdown.
Yeah. I mean, you can also just fuck it up by just doing it at a place that's just not the spot. I do hats off to people who do that shit at concerts.
My God.
I would fucking suffocate.
How?
Around like 1,000 people?
Dude.
I mean, if it was a lower dose, like... I could just walk around in like Jesus mode. Yeah, that'd be cool, I guess. But like, not that much, dude. Where I start losing track of like people's movements and shit. It's like, no thanks. Dude.
No way.
That's right. I've heard people hit me up who are like, you should do like 10 or 14. It's like, bro, I'm not trying to do the most psychedelic. You guys, you can have that, dude.
Yeah.
That shit terrified. That knocked my socks off.
I can't even imagine doing that in public like that. Like at a concert. I don't like being
at
wasted.
A concert.
I don't like being at a concert, but like drunk at a concert sucks.
Yeah.
Like trying to find your friends when
Unless
you gotta leave.
Mosh. You can mosh. That kind of rules.
No, that would be
I moshed at the Red Hot Chili Peppers, dude. Never forget that. It's like the pussiest mosh pit.
It is, but that's all right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta start somewhere. I get ready for like Lamb of Blood or whatever.
You should have just taken a ton of mushrooms.
And moshed?
Yeah.
Might do it next time.
That would suck so fucking
Moshing
bad.
on mushrooms?
Oh.
You might go into Viking mode though. If you took like a gram of mushrooms and mosh, you'd berserk. You would go berserker.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. It was cool. It was definitely cool. It was looking forward to just leveling up my
Yeah, what are you gonna do? What's on the docket?
Probably just like writing and eventually I would do want to set up some sort of like retreat, psychedelic retreat. But from there, just, dude, I'm just going to continue my path of service, dude. That's all I can do. That's all. What the fuck? What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Path
Come
of
on,
service.
man. Obviously.
That's all I want to do is just help. There's just like, the world's like a big Rubik's Cube and you have like a tiny little line through it. I just want to try to like connect the colors in my line and just, eventually die. Chill with God, dude. It's no big deal. What are you trying to do?
I got a lot on my mind, dude. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to publicly state it.
Really?
No, I don't. What do I want to do?
Yeah.
Be good at stand-up.
Nice.
And help all my friends out.
That's all, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You're a good man.
Continue my life.
You're a goddamn good man, dude.
You're a good man.
I'm a piece of shit. Apparently, I learned about myself. I'm a piece of shit. That was a tough.
I was lucky that I went into it knowing that about myself.
I kind of knew I was, but I didn't know to the extent, and that was
Really?
like, oh my god, I didn't know 95% of my thoughts were just, first of all, nonsense.
Really?
That was the weirdest part. It was just like, dude, the shit I'll sit around and be like, well, I don't know, but if that happens, I'll do that. And it's just
really?
fucking bullshit. I'm jerking off. Then it was like, well, this and that. It's like, you're just a pussy, dude. That's all it boils down to. As long as you're honest, and if someone has a problem with you and you're being honest, it's, whatever. That's just a problem. But I was just like, in so many aspects, such a little fucking weirdo of like, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Like, it's
you
hard
hide it well.
Huh?
You hide it very
People
well.
have told me that, dude, but it was just turmoil, dude. Like, I wouldn't get enough stuff done and be like, I didn't get enough stuff done. It's bullshit. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's just dumb. It's just like, dude, I'm going to, I have my goals of stuff I need to get done, but like, just being I was being a weirdo, dude. Just like, I can't get stuff done and I feel like sometimes. It's just,
Like,
dude, shut up.
Let's talk about it off air.
Yeah,
Where are we at time-wise? Nice. Perfect, dude.
Sorry about that. That was a long dump.
No. Everybody was interested to hear about what happened on your journey, dude.
Bro.
And I'll be honest, it delivered. You said the craziest shit possible. I mean, I may not have looked interested, but it was pretty funny.
You were processing, dude.
I was processing.
You started tripping.
I was trying to listen to. Yeah,
you started tripping, dude. That was another thing too. I kept thinking my brother was tripping the entire time. Cause I'd be like, "Are you fucking tripping too, dude?" Like, I would just look at him, but I was just tripping so hard that like any face someone made at me, I'd be like.
The faces were, dude. I was just sitting there staring at people because their faces would freeze.
Yeah. Yes.
And then they would unfreeze while they were looking at me, and I'd be like, and they'd be like, "What the fuck are you looking at?" I'd be like, "Oh, fuck, dude, I don't know. What are you looking at? You're looking at me." They're like, "No, I wasn't."
I will say this, dude. I have a newfound deep in respect for my brother. He did it first. He was the first one. That's what I said, dude. He went and I at least had my brother there, someone I trust.
Yeah.
He went to a stranger's house, dude. I was like saying, dude, my brother Tom died on a futon. He died on the futon of a stranger, dude, for all of our sins. And now we know the code how to heal ourselves. He just like died. Lady was super nice and shit, but I couldn't have done that in a stranger's house. That would have been weird as fuck, dude. Someone you don't know being like, I broke my brain, and some stranger like, no, you did. I'd like, no, you're a liar.
Yeah, like having Hoss sit next to you and be like, "What's wrong with you?" Like, oh man,
oh dude.
And I would come in and out of it.
Yes,
like,
the
because
waves,
I'd be gone,
waves,
and be like,
dude.
"Oh," and then I'd come back and I'd be like staring at Hoss and be like, "What?" I'd be like, "Oh no!"
Dude.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I would come out of it and just be like, "Tom," and I would hear the footsteps and be like, "Yes," and he'd be like, "What's up, bro?" And he, dude, at one point he lit sage, and this is the point where I was coming back into my body, and I was watching him do it, and was like, "What is that?" And he did it, and I'd be like, "I'm like, that's a smell." And I'm like, "Do people like smells?" And I'm like, "I think I like that one." And dude, it just gone, bro.
All it did was jar your autism. Now you're fully autistic.
No, I think I'm not autistic.
You reached your highest plane. No, Matt. You reached the highest plane of consciousness, which is autism.
Really?
The highest plane, yes. You go around, you're like, "Do you believe in God?" And people are like, "What? Who's that guy?" Yeah, you're a prophet. You're an autistic man now.
I might be an autistic nirvana, dude.
Congratulations.
I'll be on GTA 5 on Patreon, dude.
You got 5 stars.
My screens just came.
You got 5 stars. You're autism. Oh, yes. It's the highest level you can reach.
Yes, dude. Fucking. I'll be on GTA 5, dude. I am autistic. I have dual screens now in my basement.
I'm telling you.
Tower. Just be, hey guys. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Perfect. I'm in autistic heaven, dude.
And you're coming to Harrisburg this weekend?
Yes.
All the days or which days?
All days, dude.
Thursday, Friday.
The babysitter.
This Thursday,
How weird would I have
Friday,
been before
Saturday.
about that? I was like, well, man.
Pretty weird. That's why I was asking you every day.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying.
It's like, come on, dude. This is an easy one.
I would just be avoiding like fun. One uncomfortably uncomfortable conversation, like one potentially uncomfortable conversation, and that would last a week. I'd be like, and now it's just, yo, bro, let's hit the plan.
It's time. It is time.
Let's roll. I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited to do stand-up.
Let's roll.
Harrisburg, dude.
Harrisburg will be fun.
Bro.
Oh man, I can't. I'm gonna tell you off air what's going on. I got some drama.
You get some motherfucking drama, bro.
Personal family business. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
But yeah, this weekend, Harrisburg Comedy Zone. Me and Matt and Beez will be hosting. It'll be fun.
Yeah, bro.
So come to that this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That is the 28th, 29th, or no, the 29th, 30th, and May 1st. So come to that.
That's going to be so fun.
That's all. That's all from me. Thank you. We'll see you in the Patreon.
Later.